What's good, man? Today we're gonna be studying the first course, the first video of our course on the journeys beyond Earth. Yeah, I like that name. The journeys beyond Earth with Lil Hop. So this book is Astral Projection for Beginners by Sylvia Hill. It's a guide to an intentional out of body experience. So I'm gonna be doing a bookathon where I read books. Hey man, you see what I'm? Hey, what you doing, man? Hey, it's alright. Hey. Anyway, I'm gonna be reading books and I'm gonna be going into examples and techniques and all type of sorts of things along this journey beyond Earth. Because astral projection, if you don't know what astral projection is, a basic like I don't know the word, but basically astral projection is going beyond your physical body, physically or not physically, but being able to have consciousness and awareness beyond the physical body. And the physical body is Earth, because if you rearrange the word Earth, you can spell heart, and that's in the physical body. So going beyond the physical body is going beyond Earth. So we're going to see what life is beyond Earth. So let's get started, man. Okay. Chapter 1. Understanding the Astral. If you're going to take a trip to a foreign country you've never been to before, then it makes sense for you to learn all that you can about it. The same thing applies to the astral plane. The last thing you want to do is take a trip somewhere only to find your clothes are all wrong, or that you're doing everything the natives find disrespectful, without meaning to, of course. The whole world in a grain of sand. There is a lovely poem, Agares of Innocence, by William Blake, which begins with these lines. To see a world in a grain of sand, in a heaven, in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. Those lines are the most beautiful and apt description of the astral plane. First things first, though, you would know the world you know is not the only one. Now it's easy to assume that this statement isn't true. After all, we live in times where science is king. And while that's not a bad thing, it does mean that unless you can observe a phenomenon physically, it doesn't exist. You could say that scientists are the true pioneers of the phrase, pigs or it didn't happen. Sure, there are those scientists who dare to explore topics considered fringe. However, we're still a long way from the level of open-mindedness we need to make more progress in exploring consciousness. The physical world you're in right now is but a teeny tiny part of all existence. Some things exist outside of waking awareness, which you cannot perceive unless you tune to the right frequency of consciousness. The trouble is, we've all been taught that there is nothing to life but the material things you can detect with your five senses. Right from when you were a kid, your parents told you that your dreams were not real, and that your friend who cheered you up when you were down was only imaginary. Cap. Most of us heard this enough that we bought into the lie. However, some of us were fortunate enough to have had experiences that caused us to wonder, even into adulthood. What if there's more? Chances are you've had an experience that has led you to this book. You should know right now, you're not crazy. There is more to life than meets the eye. Let's get back to William Blake's poem so you can grasp the idea of what the astral plane is. Imagine you're holding a grain of sand. And in that single grain of sand is the Earth, all other known planets, and our universe. Now, imagine standing on the beach. Try to grasp that the fact that all that sand is a universe of universes. Think about the idea of having all of infinity or timelessness in the palm of your hand in the astral plane. You could experience an entire lifetime, only to return to the physical body and find that just 10 minutes have gone by. I should mention that this is not always the case, though, as you can wind up in a section of the plane that closely matches physical reality and time. The astral plane. You can pick up your car keys and drive to the mall, but you can't just visit the astral plane without the proper vehicle because it's outside of our 3D world. Some believe that when you die, you leave your physical body and go to the astral plane. People think it's a spiritual waiting room of sorts between heaven and earth. From this point, you can either return to earth for another game of being human, or you can ascend to higher planes of existence. I believe that. I believe that you can either return back to this earth, or you can go past this physical these you can go past the physical boundaries of any existence whenever you die, or you can return back to the physical plane. That's what I think, because like the waiting room that they're talking about, kind of like Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice is actually an energetic planet that shoots energy at those that are ascending past the deceased plane. Um, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the waiting room in Beetlejuice is how it is. Whenever you leave the body, you're there, and then either you're choosing to go forth with the proper knowledge within you, or you're going back to Earth because you didn't learn shit, and you just think that this is just forever and ever. And I created in my mind that I'm ascending past the physical planes anyway, so therefore it is. I shake. All right. The truth is, you function on more planes of existence than just the material and the astral. Facts. Still, your waking consciousness is primarily focused here on Earth. The astral is beyond the physical. It is the world of psychic phenomena, spirits, and dreams. It connects your material world to your rich mystical one. Sufism, Kabbalah, and spiritualism all acknowledge the existence of the astral plane, astral realm. Likewise, the New Age movement, Theosophy, and Ekankar have philosophies centered on it. Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, one of the founders of Theosophical Society, put forward the idea of masters, also called Mahatmas. They are human or used to be human and have now transcended from the earth realm to the astral. Paul Twitchell's Ekankar is also called the ancient science of soul travel. Just as the name implies, initiates are taught various ways to commune with the astral realm and communicate with the masters. The latter exists there to offer guidance, healing, strength, wisdom, and whatever else one may need to make it through the grueling grind of life on earth. The students of Ekankar, called Chilas, learn how to experience the Sugmad, God, by traveling along the audible life current called the Ek, which flows to and from the Sugmad. The goal for the Chilla isn't astral travel, but to finally make their way to the Sugmad. Alright. The New Age movement is a beast with many heads. While there are various beliefs and methodologies for getting in touch with the worlds beyond this one, they all share a common belief in the astral plane. Some schools of thought believe you can only go to the astral realm when you die or in a dream. However, most New Agers experience this plane while alive by deliberately inducing lucid dreams or astral projections, which are also called out-of-body experiences, or OBEs. Soul travel or astral travel. Other ways to get to the astral plane include meditation and near-death experiences, NDEs. The latter is something you should definitely not try to induce, please. And it's talking about the latter of near-death experience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can also induce a near-death experience with, if you've ever had DMT, DMT basically puts you in that near-death experience energy for minutes, a few minutes. And for me personally, whenever I took DMT, it showed me how to um, become aware and conscious of the oppositional feeling when I leave the body for death. Instead of being attached to the body, I now tune my mind to the essence that's leaving my body, and it's very like euphoric. It feels like a liquid that's not physical. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's the only way I would suggest doing the latter method. Not trying to like kill yourself, near kill yourself, and then try and like experience some profound shit. No, just follow the book, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, don't fall low, because fall low is a spell. Because fall, you falling, and then low, you falling low. So you have to rise back up to something. And most of the times, what you're rising back up to is these idols. So it's a spell upon itself. So don't follow the book. Just read the book and introduce it into your own experience that you're implanted to physically and temporarily, because we are not these physical bodies. You are you talking to yourself in a video right now. All right. So boom. Think of the astral plane as the world's tallest skyscraper, but infinitely taller. Every floor is a subplane in the astral, with its own unique qualities. Occupants, rules, physics, and energy. The floors closer to the bottom are of lower vibrations. Now, lesser isn't necessarily bad, it just means that the energy here is denser. These planes are closest to the earth. Chances are, when you first leave your body, this is where you will wind up. You'll find other projectors like you, as well as those who actually live in these planes. All your bodies. You have at least you have at least 6 arms, 6 legs, and 3 heads. Before you go feeling around for them, allow me to clarify. You have 3 bodies. You have a physical body, you have an astral body, and you have a casual body. Your physical body is also called your gross body. No, not gross as in ugly, but as in obvious. You can see it. You already know what your physical body looks like, so I spare you a recap of Biology 101. It's the body you use to do everyday human things in the ordinary human world. According to Vedanta, this body is called the Shatula Sarira and has 3 major phases: Sambhava, which is birth; Jara, meaning age; and Maranan, or death. In addition, this body has 5 elements: Vayu, or air; Prahitava, or earth; Agni, or fire; Apas, or water; and Akasha, or ether. To replenish these elements, we must eat right, practice mindfulness and meditation, and consider yoga. The practice has poses that recharge each element of your body. Upon death, the elements split from one another. Your astral body is the body that has your energy centers or chakras. In Vedanta, it is the Sukshma Sarira. This is your energy body, the one that connects you with all that is, or the stuff of life itself. This life is also called prana or ki. Prana is life force energy. So take a big whiff of prana or ki, which is why Qigong, a form of fighting, is maneuvering the breath to be in alignment with your moves, so that you basically become prana yourself. Your astral body, no, I was right. This body has emotional thought and vital power. When you're awake, you may have a hard time connecting to the astral body. However, when you're fast asleep and dreaming, you move about primarily in your astral body. With this body, you can feel pain or pleasure. It's intricately connected to your senses, intellect, and mind. It helps you with involuntary body functions like metabolism, breathing, digestion, and circulation. It helps your brain, keeps your brain skeletal and muscular health in check as well. Hmm. I'm gonna read that again. That sounds like some hard shit. This body has emotional thought and vital power. And it's talking about your astral body. When you're awake, you may have a hard time connecting to the astral body. However, when you're fast asleep and dreaming, you move about primarily in your astral body. With this body, you can feel pain or pleasure. It's intricately connected to your senses, intellect, and mind. It helps you with involuntary body functions like metabolism, breathing, digestion, and circulation. It keeps your brain skeletal and muscular health in check as well. So mastery of your astral body is automatically an upgrade in your physical body's skeletal, brain, and muscular health. Damn, that's hard. This body is usually modeled off your physical one, but there's no need for it to maintain that shape and form. I remember the first OBE I had when I realized I could see all around me at once. It was not because I had eyes all over my head, but because we are really, but because what we really are is consciousness. While on previous travels, I saw things as though I was looking through my regular eyes. On this occasion, I was able to see the entire room from multiple angles at the same time. That's just one of the mind-blowing phenomena you can experience during your astral explorations. Another intriguing thing about being in your astral body is that you will realize the power of your thoughts. You will witness them come to life and notice things adapting as quickly as you change your mind about them. When you begin your practice, observe this thought power you possess and realize that this is exactly how the physical world works. The only difference is that your thoughts must move through space and time to manifest on Earth. Your casual body possesses all the information about you in your many lives, present and past. It is the Karana Sarita. You can connect with your casual body from a place of deep sleep where thoughts or emotions do not bog you down. This body has all the data on your desires, hopes, fears, and perceptions. Is called the casual body because it affects your waking consciousness as well as your dream states. Upon death, the casual and astral bodies leave the physical ones. Hmm. Okay. So the casual body would be like, kind of like whenever you be with a female and y'all get into it in a dream. That's your, that will represent your casual body because you notice how whenever you have sex or intercourse in a dream, it affects your whole day because like you be happy, either you be happy or you be mad that you ain't with her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, resembling light. The astral body is already tricky enough to perceive from waking consciousness. The casual one is even more subtle than the astral one. It holds a record of all karmas from all your lives. It is thanks to the information it has that you have the character you do right now. The Creator works through the casual body to connect with us all, giving us divine revelations on how to live a joyful life if we could only listen. But beyond that, if the casual body holds all of your memories and all of your karmas from every life that you've ever lived as an energy, then that means that instead of reprogramming your subconscious, you could go beyond reprogramming your subconscious and you could reprogram your past lives. And you could probably make yourself the most powerful being in the whole goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. But yeah, anyway. This doctrine of three bodies is held in high regard in Hindu philosophy. The physical body, which survives on food, is the frailest and the first to go. Doses. The astral body thrives on emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Therefore, it can go on for much longer. Finally, the casual body lives the longest, receiving life from the process of discovering one's own self as well as peace, just so you know. Oh shit. Wait, what? Let's read that again. The casual body lives the longest, receiving life from the process of discovering oneself as well as peace. So that means if I look at my casual body like a car, then the gas for my casual body is me being at peace, which is meditation, okay, or um, discovering one's own self, which is studying the Godhead within me. You know what I'm saying? The 12 craniums surrounding the 13, which is the pineal gland, which is the throne of God. You know what I'm saying? Where your soul sits and reflects, projects everything into your own reality. Okay, we're getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 9 pages in. This is. Hey. Okay. There's no more terrific way to find yourself than to interact with the astral realm. Oh yeah, you better get deep. Mind cementing your bodies. Before you reach out for a glass of juice, you first think about doing it in your mind. You see yourself reaching out, feel the cold glass, hold it, and put it to your lips in your mind before you make an actual move physically. The same applies when it comes to your mental and casual bodies. You can't work any of your bodies without using your mind. I'm going to read that again for the people in the back that ain't paying attention. Before you reach out for a glass of juice, you first think about doing it in your mind. You see yourself reaching out, feel the cold glass, hold it, and put it to your lips in your mind before you make an actual move physically. The same applies when it comes to your mental body and casual body. You can't work any of your bodies without using your mind. Sadly, a lot of people assume they cannot control their thoughts and emotions. They believe every thought they have is true without question. They accept those thoughts and the feelings that arise with them, even when doing that doesn't serve them. You must understand that the mind is a tool. It is a machine meant to serve you. If you're ready to enjoy your astral journeys and grow on account with them, then you need to know that your mind is a tool you use. Your mind is a tool that you use. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And just like you use a pair of pliers, you are not the pliers, fool. You're using the pliers, meaning that you're not the pliers. If your mind is a tool, that means you're not your mind, meaning your soul, you're beyond the mind, and you're using your mind as a tool. You're not it. We just been so condensed microscopically that we think that, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, um, you are not your hands, feet, or eyes, yet you use these things like tools, right? You must see your mind the same way and master it. Remember, I mentioned that the astral plane is very sensitive to thought. You can surely see why it pays to be in control of your mind. To be a successful astral traveler, you should train your mind to accept that soul travel is a safe and easy thing for you to do. This way, you have greater chance of success. Your mind can achieve amazing feats because Source is quite literally the source of its power. Most people allow their minds to run wild, sometimes to the point where they wish they could escape their own heads. If you can relate to this feeling, know that you can take control back. The first step is to realize that you are not your mind. The next thing you need to do is understand that thoughts in your mind are only true if you accept them as true. Facts. Who are you? Who are you? Not you. Not you. Who are you? So, you've just found out that you have at least 3 bodies. 5 if we go with Sadhguru's explanation. The physical, mental, energy, etheric, and bliss bodies. On top of that, you've just learned that you're not your mind. You're not your body either. That will understandably leave you wondering about your true identity. For you to traverse the subtler worlds, you must know who you are. You are the source itself, having a never-ending adventure here on earth as a human being. Like Maharaj Jagat Singh explained in The Science of the Soul, your soul came down into the realm of the mind and then moved further away from its real self until it forgot who it really was. It forgot that it is Alpha, Omega, and undying. It chose instead to think of itself as a body, and went from being the casual body in the casual plane to identifying to the astral plane, an astral body, in a realm full of illusion. Finally, it came down to the material world clothed in flesh, in addition to its astral and casual coverings. For this reason, the soul's light is usually dim in this world. Many would call you a nut job if you suggested that they are not their bodies, minds, identities, jobs, titles, names, and so on. Dim as the light of most souls are, the fact is you can't snuff out that light completely. Night after night, we still dream. We transcend our physical bodies to carry on other activities in non physical realms. It's just that some people are aware of the travels and what they do during these times, while others are not. You're reading this book, which means you would like to master your astral life. Deciding to become aware of other aspects of yourself is a solid choice. With dedication and patience, you can enjoy all the benefits of your increased awareness in everyday life. That's where we end video 1, chapter 2. What is astral projection? So, astral projection for beginners, Sylvia Hill. If you order before 10 on Amazon, you get it tomorrow. Alright, I'll be back with part 2.